All right, we've got a pentabox here, the full squad. It's been a couple of years. You've got a D'Amelio show here, which I'm pretty sure I've caught Kelsey watching. I think she's a fan of that reality show that's supposedly taking over. But make no mistake about it, with a family kind of home video, and it was a little bit uncomfortable, but the Kardashians are back. Courtney and Travis getting engaged.
Oh,
Yeah.
I saw that.
That was
Where were
crazy.
they?
Weren't they at they were at the family dinner table as we lose Austin right on cue, but it was like, yeah, I think it was Travis Barker's family. Maybe like Courtney has kids, obviously, but Lord Disick was not happy.
Yeah, it was they were on like a beach, a bunch of roses around. I saw.
Right.
Damn. Do we know how much the engagement ring cost them?
It's a good question. Is this true love? I mean, I felt like people were kind of, it warmed their heart seeing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, those two are weird though to me. Like MGK, Megan Fox. He probably has like blood in the engagement ring.
Well, dude, so I was kind of weirded out by MGK and Megan Fox until, have you seen this recent interview they did where they were just doing couple questions? God damn, they were so likable, I felt.
Wait, are you talking about the one where Megan Fox was like, you smell like weed, and Machine Gun Kelly was like, I am weed?
I've seen a lot of different clips from this one. It's like they're doing a couples questionnaire. And I think it was the first time I've seen MGK sober, like in the last 4 years in front of the camera. Like he was actually coherent. But there was a clip where it was like Megan Fox asked what her special talent was. And then like MGK made a face and she goes, "Oh, you can't say it." And it was kind of like, what?
Wow. They're definitely very sexual.
Yeah.
They don't hold back in that aspect. Good for MGK though.
Yeah. He's really had a revived career from going to rapper to kind of pop star and now icon.
Yeah. We saw him at ACL 2 weekends ago. It was a good performance, but I wish that he played like some of his rap songs.
Sure.
He stuck strictly to like his pop punk, which was cool, but like that would have been sick if he would have played like Wild Boy.
So throwbacks, right? Austin, were you impressed by Doja Cat's appearance? Because that also went viral from that concert too. Who was she winking at? Was it you? It had to have been.
It was me.
That video was from week 1, but
Oof.
yeah, she's so fire, dude. She did not used to be that hot. I saw a video of her like 2 months ago, and she was like disgusting looking, in my opinion. And then all of a sudden, she just turned bad as time.
I love Doja Cat. She was sick during week 2 when we went. Like she made an announcement.
Oh, really?
In the middle of it, she was
Brutal.
like, "Sorry about my voice. Like I have a fever or like a cold or something." I don't know. I still thought she killed it though.
I love her and Dave. That one episode of Dave that's dedicated to her. Really well done. We haven't really talked about it. Dave was fine. It wasn't as great as season 1, I felt.
Dude, I still haven't seen season 2.
Yeah.
I've only seen the first episode.
I agree. It wasn't as good. Season 1's way better.
Uh,
I don't want to spoil it for Brendan, but
Right. Yeah, it had its moments. I just didn't felt like it was as funny. So I was interested here. Alex, were you at the Broncos game? Or did I see you were at a recent home game, right? Did you see what Jackson Mahomes got in trouble for his antics in Washington?
I saw the hype on the internet, but I never got to the bottom of it. So fill me in.
So Sean Taylor, right, rest in peace, tragically killed in like a burglary. But the Washington football team, which is just mirrored in tragedy, or not tragedy, well, that, but they're in trouble with their emails, etc., with the cheerleaders, and they really had a poor performance of kind of honoring one of their franchise legends. And then it was just Jackson Mahomes dancing on his memorial. Like it was literally fenced off, and it almost looked like he was kind of like making fun of him. It was embarrassing.
I don't know. That's not a good look.
Right.
I believe he apologized and claimed like he didn't know what he was doing or that it was like a memorial or anything like that. But
Right.
I'm about to watch this video of it now.
Probably doesn't
but
even know who that is.
Literally, yeah. It's Patrick Mahomes has got to be like, dude, again.
Wow. Yeah. Come on.
yeah. What would you tell your little brother?
What could you tell him? I don't know. I feel like he hasn't said anything publicly. I do know that he was dancing at Mizzou, and that felt bad to be a Mizzou graduate. I think Austin. Perhaps.
Yeah, but it feels great to be a Mizzou graduate right now because the number one receiver in the country is committed to Mizzou, Luther Burden.
Ooh.
How about that, Coach
Why do,
Drinkwitz?
Why do we always get like one insane recruit every year? Like, why do they come to us? We always suck.
he's from Missouri.
Like Michael Sam.
I don't care. Go somewhere else. Like,
Dude, we're rebuilding. Come
Dude,
on.
come on. Do you want us to be
shut
bad?
up. We're always rebuilding.
Who
on,
who
Bloods.
out of you guys are the would you rank yourselves as in terms of Mizzou fandom? Right, rah. Like I think Liefeld's got to be at the top of our friend group, but I'm curious between you four.
I'm definitely not number one by any means.
Like scale of 1 to 10, let's do it. I give myself a solid like 6 and 7 maybe.
I was gonna give myself a 5.
I'd probably go like a maybe 1.5. Sometimes I bet against us.
Okay.
Well, where I put my money doesn't mean I'm not a Mizzou fan.
Yeah, I'd probably go 5 or 6.
Are there any funny stories there where you guys just don't care about the football team? I see Brendan Cheesig. I don't know why.
I don't know. I mean, I never while I was a student at Mizzou, I never went to one football game.
It was more about the tailgates.
Yeah, and I went to one basketball game while I was a student there.
What explain to me, do you guys brag about being in the SEC, or while you were going there did you kind of lean into the joke that you guys are like a fake SEC school, but you partied hard, right?
I leaned into the joke.
Yeah.
Same. The joke was definitely I don't know. I didn't think we felt like we deserved to be there, but
or the joke was just it's so Mizzou of them every time they would just lose at the end of it. Like it was just like clockwork, just the Mizzou thing to do.
Weren't we good though? Like right when we got put in, right before we got to college.
I got out of there.
I mean, like early high school, we were pretty good. Yeah,
I always
We, like, made it
remembered
to the championship, right?
Chase
SEC
Daniel was when we were like kind of preteen, right? Because that was when Coach Pinkel was, the king. But then you were kind of flashes of good, but those flashes were really just Matty Mock flashing everyone by putting his pants around his ankle at Bengals in the bathroom. That was your legacy at quarterback since. Speaking of legacies, did you guys catch the news? This just broke yesterday, and I immediately just thought of our podcast. I don't know why. It is no longer Kanye West, as he has legally changed his name to Ye.
Yep. No last name, no middle name, just Ye.
That's fire.
Yeah.
I didn't know it. I didn't know it stopped there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's added information to me. That's interesting.
Did you guys see his haircut?
I didn't know he had hair.
Oh my God, it looked like he hired Helen Keller to fucking cut his hair.
Someone said, I'm about to fuck this dude up
Yeah.
with the shears.
Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know what he was thinking, but he's just got like patches of hair on his head and like other spots are just bald. It's so weird.
What is he going for? Alopecia?
Yeah.
I'm convinced it's gonna grow into he wants it to grow into something, but
Like a design.
Dude, I'm
guess.
looking at it now. He's
That's
just
not
getting
it.
people to talk about him, and he's doing it. So.
I don't want to knock the alopecia community just like that, because there was that. Do you guys remember that one period where I just randomly had that spot? Like I just from stress, random stress, had that bald spot. And I was like, what is happening?
I thought that was Steven.
No, he was born with mine. Mine just came literally when I was 22. I'm a 22-year-old. I'm thinking, what the hell? It looks like just a quarter, in the middle of my head, and it just wouldn't grow there. I'm like, what is going on? And now I discover alopecia, and luckily they literally injected steroids into my scalp, and the hair has grown back.
Holy shit!
Miraculous medicine. What'd you say?
Just wear a hat all the time.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, exactly. That was the same summer that Drew and I gave each other mohawks too. So a lot of people thought Drew gave that to me.
That'd
So
be
do you think he's gonna
savage.
get all pissed when people don't call him Ye?
Like, what's the shtick here? I get everyone's always talking about him, and that's a lucrative industry, being Kanye West. But like, everyone's collectively also laughing at you. I guess
Dude,
Yeah.
he's so disassociated from the world. I'm convinced that like I don't even think it matters. He
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
he live streamed himself doing push-ups 24
Yeah,
hours.
that's right.
Like,
Yeah, he lived in a stadium.
yeah.
Is he still in there?
No, he's back out. He's performing at Soldier Field. He had like that crazy live performance, and now he's going to courthouses literally to change his name.
Apparently he got a bachelor pad recently in like somewhere like random like Belgium. Like some random,
That's a fire spot. You got to go international.
yeah.
He also just put up his like Wyoming massive property for sale.
Dude loves Wyoming.
Yeah.
Who do you think Kanye's best friend is?
His phone. I don't know. Like, that is a good
Elon
question.
Musk.
His second personality,
Yeah,
one of his many personalities.
Jeffree
Um,
Star.
Jeffree Star only in Wyoming. Speaking of odd kind of headlines that I didn't think were possible, this was hysterical. Not Brian Laundrie was stormed by the FBI. It wasn't this guy this guy they stormed didn't even look like Brian Laundrie.
Yeah, he did not look like him very much at all.
But could you imagine? It's off the Appalachian Trail in North Carolina, which is like, the FBI must just be fucking clueless right now. They have no idea. They're just going to. This guy's name was what, Jefferson Bickworth or something? It's like, dude, are you serious? But could you imagine just like the FBI storm, full SWAT gear as you're waking up, and they're just in your shitty hotel room about to arrest you?
Why'd they storm him?
Because
They
they
thought it
thought he was Brian Laundrie.
Guns drawn. They had their guns out and everything. I mean, they woke up to it.
Like, how stupid is this? How
I'd
have
be
we
filing
not
a
found
fat
him?
lawsuit.
Oh my god!
I hope we never find him ever. And I hope the parents come out in like 10 years and are like, we know where he is.
Alex, put on the poll at Wingin It 18. Is Brian Laundrie underneath his parents' garden in a war room? Did you see
already
that
did the
latest
poll.
thing? Good.
Wait, what? What latest?
Like, they're theorizing now that, what is it, a panic room, kind of like a doomsday,
Oh.
that he is hiding in a doomsday thing underneath the garden. That's the
That's what I'm
next lead.
saying.
Yes, we called it.
Maybe that's why his dad joined the hunt to like hide in plain sight. Because his dad
Literally.
joined the man
Yes,
hunt.
that's right. After he was done mowing his lawn, it all goes back to the house, not the Appalachian Trail with these imposters. Like, he was with like a friend, I think the article quoted. Could you imagine being on a date with someone off of Tinder and that happens, dude? It's like, what the fuck did I just get myself into?
Wait, what happened?
Like, this dude, not Brian Laundrie, just like, he was with a friend in the hotel when they barged in the morning. It's like, who are you?
That's like how his girlfriend finds out he was cheating on him.
Right. It's like, yeah, no kidding. Bickworth. Yeah. So the bomb shelter, I thought was incredible. It's crazy that TikTok is actually theorizing this, because we've been kind of piecing this together too, where it's like Alex provided the information that he's like well equipped to just kind of be on his own in the wilderness. That's probably why the FBI is looking for him on the Appalachian Trail.
True.
You know, he's by water now. I think he's underneath the garden.
I'm just
that's
picturing.
like-
Sorry, I'm just picturing the like total, like, pull a picture frame from the wall and there's like underground digging, you know?
Which I guess isn't like, it's not in most parts of Florida available, right? Because it's on the water and it's about to be underwater.
Sure.
But apparently this is like a little bit northern Florida, but who knows?
I feel like we have so many fucking satellites up there. Like, can't they just tune into the satellites and like,
there's
how do we
apparently
not
been a-
have global cameras at this point?
right, like Person of Interest,
Yeah.
which I'm watching now.
There's like thousands of Starlink satellites up there.
Well, if he's still alive, he's kind of going beast mode. Like, I can't.
honestly, he is.
He's putting Bear Grylls to shame right now.
And it's kind of a heady play by his dad to join the search if he is if he is underneath his garden. Like, sure, all right, I'll help you. It's like that guy. Wasn't there some tea the other week? That guy who was drunk, and they were looking for him, and he was part of the search.
He joined his own search party. Yeah.
Whoa.
What a wild night.
That's something we would do. We'd be like walking home and be like, yeah, we'll join.
Yeah. You wreak some havoc, some drunken havoc, and then all of a sudden
There he
you're
is. I see
trying
him.
to find yourself. Great submission from Jack Duncan here. Things you can't seem to find, especially when you need them, right? You know, Jack, what was your story from something you were searching for today you could not possibly find?
It's just like I was just thinking of like little things that like are really needed, but then like I could not find a tape measure for an hour and a half. And I feel like whenever you need a tape measure, it's like you can't find it. Can you guys think of anything else like that? Like stuff you need to do something that you think would just be there, but then it just irks the fucking shit out of you and you can't find it for an hour.
It's the worst.
TV remote when you're trying to put something on and you can't find it.
I have my top 5 list. So if there's any submissions, you guys could I've got it, but you crossed off number 3 for me, Brendan, the remote.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go underneath the couch. You can never find it. It's in between the cushions. Any other submissions? It's like Family
Give us
Feud.
your list. Give us your list.
Number 5, your wallet. It's always tough, especially after a night out.
I will say I'm pretty good with my wallet, phone, and keys. Knock on wood, but those 3, I'm pretty good about keeping those in check.
Brendan, you just lost your keys.
that was like the first time in like 4 years.
Wow. Okay. It's like a factory. It's like 0 days without incident. Yeah, the wallet. I mean, it's like always falling out of my pocket. When are we going to be done with the wallet? Like, can we? I think I've just figured out how to use Apple Pay. Like, what do we? I never carry cash. What are we still doing there? It's my ID.
Apple needs to figure out a way to put your fucking driver's license on your phone. Then there would be no fucking need for a wallet.
Or just like the passport, even.
Yeah.
Like if you could, load that
identification.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, a bottle opener.
Oh.
There's nothing worse than getting like a beer. What beers are non-twist off? I've been on a Heineken kick lately. Like that's one you need a bottle opener for, but most have gone twist off. It's like if you're doing a craft beer and you're like, shit, where did I put the bottle opener?
Coronas?
Yeah, Mexican beers are all
Coronas.
Modelo, the Dos Equis.
Yeah. They're both. I like a good twist off, but there's something about a bottle opener too. Wait, former bartender Austin Platts, were you just like a fiend with the bartender with the bottle opener?
Yeah. Everyone has one in their back pocket. Some people
just show it off.
They put it like.
Some people try to get slick with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you're like Edward Scissorhands. You're just fucking whipping off.
I would steady be like spinning it because like what else am I gonna do with my hands, you know?
I did that with the towel for Waterway for car wash. You got to spin the towel.
My first shift of bar backing in college, the girl who I was bar backing for handed me her bottle opener that was custom given to her like when she finished training, and I opened my first beer and I snapped hers in half.
She probably loved you after that.
Yeah, it was Maggie O'Hay.
Oh.
Number 3, remote. Again, this is top 5 things you can't seem to just find, but when you need them the most. Number 2, a lighter. Oh my God. Maybe some heaters for those that partake in the Mary Jane.
It's also candle season. So
candle season,
yes. Candle.
You always need one, because then if you can't find one, you're like, shit, you have to make the trip to the gas station.
Yep.
Brutal. Number 1, a dustpan. I mean, like if you accidentally break something, you drop a glass, you're like, fuck, I'm not cleaning. Where the hell's the dustpan at?
You put some thought into this.
Yeah, hey, a little prep work over here.
A dustpan, that must have been pretty recent for you. Yeah, you couldn't find a dustpan.
Honestly, I was just kind of thinking about it. Immediately after Jack texted me complaining about his tape measure, did you find it?
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was admit, like I felt like Walter White when he's like looking for that fly, like in that episode. I was looking everywhere.
Should check under your parents' garden.
Dude, that fly episode might be the worst episode in history of TV.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just rewatched Breaking Bad and I skipped the Fly episode. I had to.
I gotta rewatch. You were saying, Alex?
No, just they captured exactly that feeling though. When you can't find something, that's how it feels.
I hope you find the tape measure. I mean, that's got to be frustrating. What'd you need it for? What are you like measuring out a wall?
Hanging some shit in my room.
Fair
Dude,
enough,
he's
yeah.
always doing something.
Dude, oh my
I
god.
stay
don't get me
busy.
started.
I had to make sure they were evenly spaced.
Like what? I mean, a tape measures. It doesn't crack my top 5, but I mean, that is. I would have no idea where the fuck that is.
I was just in a fit of rage. I think that was it.
No,
Did
that's a
you
good
hear?
one.
Did you hear the story about Rachel White? How she lost her keys in Como, and then the next morning she was talking about it in her Uber, and they were like, "The Uber goes, are these them?" And it was the Uber driver. It was the wife of the Uber driver she took last night.
No fucking way.
Yeah,
I have a crazy story like that involving Como too. Is I went there for homecoming. I think like 7 years ago or something. And we're in for the weekend and we don't even have a place to sleep. And my car's there. I drove. We can't find my keys. My buddy who had them had lost them. So we are like literally flashlights in the middle of the night, like in front of fraternity houses. Like, where the fuck are my keys that we were partying at? We just traversed the entire campus back to my car. It's somehow unlocked. And we're just like whining for an hour, just like, dude, fuck you. What are we going to do? And then someone lifts up the keys. They were in the back seat of the car.
Oh, man.
It's like,
Matt, you lost yours in Colombia also, didn't you?
yeah. Those are my last pair too, and I had to pay like a ton of money, like $500 to get one made. But I got to stay another night.
I when I had my Nissan Altima, like in the back trunk, like we were like, there's just like a random little slit like up in it. And I lost my keys for 2 months and I had set them on top of the trunk. When I shut the trunk, like to go inside, they fell in that slit and it's still shut and everything. And I couldn't. And so I was looking for my keys the next day and I had to get the spare. And 2 months later at a gas station, I found them.
Dude, I got the air tags and I got the 4 for $100. And I hid one in my car in case my car gets stolen.
You've been talking about this. I've heard you say this like 4 times before you even got them.
I
But
haven't even heard it yet.
the day it gets stolen, I'll be like, cops, here it is. They'd like go to the location of it with me.
Keys are another good one. That's something that Kelsey once lost my keys when we were on spring break in Gulf Shores, and they literally had to tow my car to a dealership an hour away. Like, this is the day we're leaving, and we never found them. She thinks she threw them out, if you can imagine. We just signed up for indoor soccer. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. This is pure adulthood life, every Wednesday. How's volleyball going? You guys do something similar, right? This is co-ed indoor soccer. You guys do volleyball.
Volleyball is so much more chill. I would throw up in the first 5 minutes of indoor soccer.
Platts has played once.
That's true. Platts has showed up to the first game and that's it.
Some team chemistry issues over here.
Now, I've only showed up to 2, but that's still double Platts.
Alex, do you play anything? This is and my overall question is, let's reminisce. What was a sport you were good at in high school? I was a bench warmer at basketball. Brennan, you were tall as shit. I would say you were solid at basketball.
I love playing volleyball too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, volleyball's sick, but I don't know. I would.
You were
love to be in,
lacrosse, right? In football?
I did lacrosse and football, yeah. And then I liked football until, I don't know, clicked off in senior year. I was like, I don't want to keep trying to play this sport. Like, I'm gonna get injured pretty bad one of these days. But
yeah.
But no, the co-ed, dude. I've done stuff here in Denver, and I'm that guy. This is the worst. The first day out on the softball, what do you call it? The diamond. That's what I'm thinking of. So I'm out there telling the whole team, everyone stretch, remember to warm up, trying to get people to. They're all kind of laughing me off. My first hit, I'm sprinting to first and pull my hammy, and I'm that motherfucker that just. Oof. So after that I was like, okay, I'm not getting myself into anything more than without thinking about it more.
The old guy injury, the pulled hammy. Yeah, beer league softball would be great.
Never felt worse.
Dude, big facts. Nick Olaf only played football so that he could wear the jersey on Fridays.
That's how he play, honestly, through the lockers.
I rode the pine pretty hard, but I was all conference shit disturber.
What sport?
In football.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cameron, our quarterback, would like hang out. Grant was in my little group, but Grant was actually really fucking good. But the coach would get so fucking mad that Cameron Scales, their quarterback, would hang out with us. We thought we were like sending him down a bad path, and getting him in trouble on Fridays and stuff. But it was fun. Grant and I got benched once or twice. It was fun.
Austin, you had baseball, right? Or Alex?
Sorry, you definitely got the like, I don't know, worse of the doubt, not the benefit of the doubt in football. Like it was always like, what's Jack doing? Like Jack, you talking, you would be like, what? Like,
you were the team clown as opposed to the class clown.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And class clown too. Fun fact, 2015.
Yes, accolade.
You have good company with Brad Burt.
Yeah.
Yes. Brennan, I've got something that you love. So I'm rocking a little bit of a Gardner Minshew dirty stash right now because I had like the most painful ingrown hair, like basically overtaking my lip. Like I could feel it. Like it was terrible. And I had Kelsey, basically perform surgery on it with tweezers.
Yeah.
That's one of your fetishes, right? Like I can get behind if you're popping your own blackheads on your nose and around your mouth, but I'm not a big Dr. Pimple Popper guy.
Oh, I am. I love popping zits and watching those TikToks of zits being popped. I love that.
I mean, I can do my own. I don't know about other people. It is very satisfying. My favorite's the Instagram kind of targeted ad of like the face mask that literally I'm watching people like pull out their pus.
Peels, just takes off all their everything out of their pores.
Yeah.
I want to try that one day.
Okay, yeah. So
see how much stuff comes off my face.
We'll have to put it out there. We've got the McDonald's challenge, which I believe you've been training to do next week, maybe on the air.
Yeah, I've been eating quite a bit every day these past week and a half, 2 weeks. So yeah, still training, planning on attempting it next week. I think with 90 minutes, I can at least get close.
Right.
I'm not going to say that I can for sure do it, but 90 minutes is a long time.
Dude, he can do it.
Who said you get 90 minutes?
Don't you get
McDonald's
9 hours?
challenge. Look up the rules.
After just watching what he's eating today, he can do it.
All right,
wait. So burritos and a 1,500 calorie shake he makes now.
For those who may have missed it, what are the contest details again?
So the McDonald's challenge is you get 90 minutes. You have to eat 4 double quarter pounders. So that's 2 pounds of meat total.
Yeah.
2 large fries, 30 chicken McNuggets, and 4 large drinks. Now I have to ask for your guys' permission. Can my drinks be Powerades?
I think that's fair.
Ooh. Should we call that?
Austin's calling cap as opposed to
all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, first of all, let's make 2 polls. One, are you excited for Brendan to do the McDonald's challenge? Yes or no? And then the second poll is going to be: is it okay for Brendan to substitute Powerade for soda?
No, you should do like different kinds of drinks and have people vote which drink.
That's fair. I like that.
And
Alex, put your own spin on that.
You think, or should we give Dorte the like 4?
Yeah. What are some options that the people could choose for you?
Hold on, we'll come back to it because
My thing is
excited.
Like, I don't know if I would like. I'm just like scared of drinking that much caffeine for some reason.
Sure. Okay.
Like 4 large sodas after eating all that. Like I feel like my heart's gonna explode.
You're good.
That would that'd be tough. That'd be a tough
So
scene.
I mean, Powerade, High C, those would be optimal.
Yeah.
I guess I got to look at
C,
the rules to see if it has to be a soda.
Did they
Dude,
bring
High
High C back? Or
Yeah, they brought High C back.
I don't know, dude. That would fuck your stomach up.
I got it with the sweetie meal.
Dude, you should just do Diet Coke. That's what Matt Stoney always does.
Is Diet Coke less filling than Coke? Or is it just the sugar, right?
I feel like you
Or the
can
caffeine.
pound it faster.
0
don't you?
calories.
Calories.
No, that's Coke Zero.
Cap. Diet soda is also 0. Don't test me.
I know.
So we're
Should I
gonna get
list
that in
out-
the works.
Should I list out the the McDonald. What was that? 4 drinks. You want to?
No, just put the McDonald's challenge.
Yeah.
though.
Does Coke Zero have caffeine?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Coke
Put that on
Zero?
the poll as well at your discretion.
Whatever. Well, list them out. My 2 favorites would be High C and Blue Powerade. After that, I would say
We could get 4 large cups from there, and they sell at the grocery store caffeine-free Diet Coke.
that's
I'm
true.
doing.
Would you guys accept that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's getting technical, but yes,
Okay.
I'm bald.
The
But
caffeine free what?
Diet Coke.
that would just take too much time. Like we're not
I'd
gonna
do it.
do that.
Dude, it fucking takes. No, I'll get it on my next trip to the grocery store.
Yeah,
Very
I still
exciting.
gotta
It's
try
the
this
soda
new.
aspect. We'll allow it that he doesn't want his heart to explode.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm not allowing it.
We'll get the whoop or whatever to maintain his beats per minute while
Yeah.
he's doing it.
Yeah, should we get like a nurse to monitor me? Any like nurses in the Dallas area want to monitor me while I do this?
You
Yeah,
should
honestly.
also
Appreciated.
You should weigh
What?
yourself before and after.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, very excited. We're gonna iron out the details here on Winging It and hopefully do that next week. I'm gonna blow your guys' mind here. Robert Pattinson's career. How about this arc? All right. You guys remember where he started? It was before Twilight in 2005. Any guesses?
I would have guessed Twilight was a start, so I don't know.
Was it on that Drake show, Degrassi?
No,
Everybody
good
started
guess.
on that one.
He was in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Oh.
Cedric Diggory. Do you remember his character?
No.
God, Harry Potter was all right. I guess I didn't blow you with that one. Phrasing. He was the star of Twilight in 2008, and we kind of thought of him as like, I was like, who is this guy? You know, it was like kind of Bieber when we were growing up, and then he was, the idol of a lot of teen girls, and now he's, like grown up into a new role. Were you guys Twilight guys at all?
Bursig, you should pull Team Jacob or Team Edward.
Were you guys?
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Or Team Bella's dad's mustache?
That was back in 2008. 2011, he started branching out. Like he kind of, he was just the Twilight guy. Water for Elephants. Anyone seen that? No.
I've heard of that.
It was like
I
a
watched
biopic.
I watched some Netflix movie that he was the main character of, where he was like he robbed a bank or something with his like mentally handicapped brother. What was that called? You know, Dylan?
I do not. It sounds like an intriguing idea for.
But I would say it came out right around 2011 time, so I bring it up.
Really.
Yeah.
What I had him here too is I just watched this recently. It was 2016, The Lost City of Z. It was cool. It was a little bit more. I was expecting an adventure. It was a bit more of a history biopic.
Mhm.
I loved him in Tenet. You guys didn't like Tenet for Christopher Nolan's latest movie?
I liked it. It was just so damn confusing.
I still have not seen it.
Oh God, watch it. You'll love it. Dude, it's like I've been on a James Bond kick recently, and it's kind of similar to that, where it's like these movies are so long. Yeah, I watched all the Daniel Craig ones except for the latest one because it's only in theaters. I can't sit 2 hours and 40 minutes in a theater.
Yeah,
Can't
that's
do it.
brutal. We almost Austin and I almost went last week to go see it
Really?
in theaters. I'm a big James Bond guy.
Well, his I don't know if you're getting to his new movie, Dylan, but is that what you're? That's
No Time to Die.
No. Robert Pattinson's the new Batman movie.
The Batman.
Supposed to
Yeah,
be
I'm
over-
kind of intertwining two topics here. It's like, just look, this dude was Team Edward, and now he gets to be the badass Batman.
Yeah, that's sick.
Right.
and that's supposed to be like 3 hours and 40 minutes.
I mean, like I can't do it anymore. I would rather pay $10, a month after. Just
Do
have
you
it.
think eventually we're gonna get to the point where movies are like 6 hours long?
Yeah.
No.
I think we're gonna get to the point where it's just all straight in our homes. Because here's the thing with movies that are 2 hours and 40 minutes long. It's like, oh, the big screen, great, the comfy chairs. If I have to take a piss, I'm gonna miss 10 minutes of a movie I paid to come to see. You can't be like, hey, pause, to the guy running the goddamn screen.
Yeah.
I think movie theaters will always exist, but I think there'll be like 2 screens. And it'll be like very high class and like it's like $100 night.
Oh, 2 screens is in, okay, very exclusive showings. Yes.
Just
It'll be a thing for old people to reminisce.
Yeah.
right. Something to do on a Friday when you're older.
Yeah.
Wait, he's literally the new Batman?
Dude, you gotta watch this trailer.
Yeah,
Really?
it's sick. It looks sick.
It's like a darker one. It's like a thriller.
Kind of like Joker.
Yeah.
Who's the guy behind it? Because yeah, it is kind of like we saw Ben Affleck as, he's fine, but it was a little bit Disney of a Batman. Christopher Nolan's Batman was great with Christian Bale, but this is, I don't know who's behind it. It's just a guy who's like, it's such a great tale that every director's like, nah, I want to put my spin on this.
Yeah, it's whoever Matt Reeves is. He's the director.
Interesting.
You're right though. He's kind of had a career all over the place.
Dude,
Yeah.
he was 22 when he first started Twilight. Could you imagine us as 22, like, being in Twilight, like being idolized by like 12-year-old girls? It's fucking bizarre.
That's weird.
I saw Twilight in theaters 3 times with 3 different groups of friends.
Right. That was the thing.
Yeah.
That was back when movies were packed.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I've never seen a Twilight movie.
Yeah, I wasn't about it. He is now 35 years old. So, I mean, he's still in the prime of his career, and I think this is about to be the best movie. Alex, put on the poll. Did you like Tenet? Because I think that's polarizing, yes or no. I loved it, but I'm a Christopher Nolan kind of fanboy. Sorry, I'm watching this. My parlay is still in play here for the Dodgers Braves. I've got my top 4 or my Daniel Craig movies ranked for James Bond without seeing the new one. No one's seen the new one yet? We got
Hey, time check.
Time check.
We're about to cut.
Shall we start with that and then wrap things up?
Yeah.
Sounds good. This is the crew, full set here. I'm liking it. So the James Bond movies ranked. Haven't seen the new one. Number 4, Quantum of Solace. I mean, bringing up the rear. I think it was the least famous kind of villain. And the Bond girl was a little bit cheesy. I wasn't a big fan of Quantum of Solace. Have you guys seen all of them, or you said big James Bond kick? Somebody?
Yeah, I can't remember who the villain was in Quantum of Solace though.
Yeah, he was. I don't know his name, but number 3 checks in the villain, Le Chief, Casino Royale, the first one.
Ooh, okay.
3. It was good. It's Hannibal Lecter, right? The guy who plays Hannibal Lecter as the villain there, or the TV show Hannibal Lecter or whatever. It was solid. It was back in 2012, I think, if you could believe that. Where are we at here? Number 2, Spectre. Second, it was the the 3rd installment, right? Great fight scene with Dave Bautista. Crazy. I mean, it was just executed perfectly. Insane fight scene, and love some Christopher Waltz. And how about Moriarty from Sherlock as one of the bad guys in that too? Number 1 was Skyfall. I mean, Javier Bardem. Enough said. That was crazy.
Yeah, Skyfall's probably number 1 for me, but I would switch Casino Royale and Spectre. Personally, I was a big fan of Casino Royale.
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair play. Spectre, yeah, that was cheesy too. It was like him and the Bond girl wasn't great. I don't know, you can't win them all.
Surprisingly, it's been next to my list, but I've actually never seen any of them. So
I don't think I have either.
Really? Any of the Daniel Craig James Bond ones? Wow.
Yeah,
solid.
The Spectre, I think, won a award for the largest cinematic like explosions ever.
Yeah, it was a lot of explosions and shit like that. It's a great watch. Again, it's long for a movie theater, but it's like the Jason Bourne series, but a little bit more action packed and way newer, right? I don't know. I think they do a nice job. I don't know about. They're gonna try and keep it going. Apparently, they name a new Bond, right? In this new film. So I mean, it's gonna be like Fast and Furious 9 all over again. All right. So again, this is the type of stuff you see on CNBC. I thought this was fascinating. Facebook is like in all sorts of trouble, and they were reported saying that they are losing their grip on the pipeline, which is just early teenagers. Like that's the most acceptable to advertising. Like we need their users, etc. We need their clicks. So they're trying to get young teenagers. That was us when Facebook took off in popularity, right? It's like, oh, I'm waiting to get old enough to get my own Facebook. Now look at what Facebook's demographic is. Like, it's our parents.
Yeah.
They're like Major League Baseball, where their demographic is just aging. I would say Twitter's the NFL. I think they still have a good mix. TikTok's kind of like the NBA. It's new, a lot of young people. Instagram, even too, is kind of just like, and that's owned by Facebook, but that's like 22 to 35-year-olds, I feel like, which again, Facebook's kind of kicking themselves because their company's just going to die when eventually their user base does.
Yeah, I wonder what like kids in high school, like what their favorite, like their go-to social media platform is. Maybe
Right.
Jack would know.
Dude, it's Snapchat. They're always
I was
like,
gonna say TikTok and Snapchat. These are
get
two.
your
Really?
snap.
Dude, I find it hard to stay on Snapchat a while. Like, I kind of just follow like my friends' stories, but I guess there is so much stimuli on like the Discover page too.
Yeah, I used to
yes.
look at that sometimes, but I just usually look at like my most recent Snap friends stories and stuff.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I rarely ever look at the Discover stuff, but do you think that's what the high schoolers are doing, or do you think they're just Snapchat?
I think it's just a big thing in high school because that's when people kind of care more about missing out on stuff and like what everyone's doing.
But was that a thing when we were high school? Like, I wonder if it still has the same popularity.
I think Snapchat might have just been getting going when I was like a sophomore or so.
Yeah.
So
I think it's crazy to look at like what companies are publicly traded. Like, Facebook's obviously a mammoth. Snapchat's publicly traded. I don't think TikTok is. And then Instagram's owned by Facebook, right? Twitter is publicly traded too. That's them and Snapchat. I think Twitter's a little bigger than Snapchat, but
it
Into
did.
ad.
Snapchat coming out with like stories, like Snapchat stories, and then everyone else following suit to the
right,
point,
copying
to the
them.
point that LinkedIn now has stories.
Wait, what?
Yes.
No.
LinkedIn, you can make LinkedIn stories.
LinkedIn is the fifth like most used I guess call it social networking.
Sure.
Yeah.
But even that I think is starting to
That could be the most toxic one, in my opinion.
LinkedIn.
That shit
People are-
is so fake. It's like
Yeah.
cringe to
Yeah.
read.
people
Yeah.
are
You know how
like,
everybody wanted to invent the nightlife social media? You know what's kind of become that is Beer Buddy.
Yeah.
what is
Yeah.
that?
That's a pretty big Dallas thing, though. I'd
Huh.
like Dylan Bursick. Are you guys familiar with Beer Buddy?
I've never heard of it. That's why I was like,
People used to
What?
do it at Mizzou back in the day a
Wow.
little bit, but like I told my girlfriend like I got Beer Buddy here, and she's like, "What? We had that like junior year of college. I haven't even."
what is it for those
Making a
that don't know?
comeback.
It's
It's
basically
basically
like, go ahead.
it's almost like you post Instagrams, except they're all revolved around you drinking, and it's you post pictures. I guess they're almost like a mixture of stories and
To kind of
Instagram
see
stuff.
like where the most poppin' places are,
It's
or
literally just
Typical.
pictures of people drinking.
And
Yeah.
like everyone
Wow.
has like a lot of
You just,
people have
like-
like a name that has to do with like an alcoholic drink. Like Brendan's is Duartini.
Dude,
Yeah.
you gotta get one. You gotta get one, Dylan. Everyone's got them.
Yeah, get one, we'll add you,
Okay.
and you select like what beverage it is you're drinking, and like when you
Really?
post, everyone you're friends with gets a notification. It's like,
Yes.
oh, Platts Fire is drinking a Heineken at
Really?
Home.
yeah.
at the local dive bar. They're putting people in some fucking on notice. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's gonna be making fun. Dylan's drinking another Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, you would be the number one score maybe.
I was gonna say, what is this? My Snapchat group, Yuggin, where they're literally just sending the Snapchats of who's drinking each night.
But speaking of one more thing on Snapchat is it used to be like the Wild West back in the day when you could see other people's best friends. That was-
Totally.
Oh yeah.
That was
Yeah.
getting people in trouble big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. The amount of times Brad would have to text me, "Hey, snap me 30 times." So this isn't on my.
He was trying to get out of it. I want to get these guys on the Real Ties podcast, right? Between Cameron Scales and Justin Rucker. They're on TikTok and Twitter too. And they had a question that I want to debate here as well. I'm not trying to steal their question, but it's an interesting one. If a guy buys your girl a drink, should you take that as a compliment? Hmm?
I'd be pissed.
If
Unless
a
I like
guy-
know if it's like a random guy, I'd be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I heard the way they explained it, and it was pretty funny. But like,
What did they say? I
Justin
called
Tucker said, he said if Buddy bought her a drink and was standing at the table there, just like he's like, I wouldn't even acknowledge Buddy. Like I'd literally just act like he's not fucking alive. But if he started talking to her, then we'd have a different issue.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That was kind of my initial
That's
reaction to it.
reasonable.
I'd be like, who the fuck are you? Who is this guy? I'd be like, hey, cover your drink up first.
I feel like it can be like maybe taken as a compliment in some ways, like, oh, someone's buying your girlfriend a drink, but if they're doing it in front of you, then it's a problem.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah. If it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you're with her. And it's like you come up and he's just like,
He's like, what's up, bro? Like,
Hands her the drink anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you're a guy, dude, like flip that the other way. A guy do it. Like, what are you doing there? It's like, oh, there's a strapping young lassie that I think is quenched. You should buy her a drink.
Yeah, I mean, if you can tell like she has a boyfriend, like what's the point of even fucking doing it?
Right.
Have you guys ever bought a drink for someone like across the bar?
That's
Or,
a
like,
great question.
You have?
Probably like when I was hammered. Yeah.
Yeah. Only
I don't
only
think I
when
have.
I'm drunk.
I've kind of just been like, if you're like vibing, be like, hey, let me get you a drink or something. Like I've never kind of like sniped someone out and be like, give her the dry martini on me.
I've never done it to like make a move or nothing. I've bought like a table a drink or something, but like I guess Dylan, you're right. Like the whole if you're at a bar and you're talking to someone like, hey man, what you want? That's more common for sure.
Yeah. I feel like that's a little bit old timey where it's just like, it's like I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe,
I feel like it doesn't really
like
work
you-
if you're at like a crowded ass bar either.
Hey, who the hell got me this?
Or like old time, like you send the waiter over with it, like the gentleman over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Looks like you've caught the eye of a young fella. I do want to talk to those guys though, so maybe that'll be a guest in the future. All right, that's it for me. Do we have some on the fly tea?
Yeah, I can just run through a little bit.
Or start it off here as Porter's driving me up a wall.
There was a 900-year-old sword found today in Israel.
It's nuts.
Yeah, and it was encrusted in organisms from the ocean, so it was like it's iron, so it's still good. So that's pretty interesting. Let's see, what else do we have? Conor McGregor allegedly attacks a DJ in Italy and breaks his nose.
Yeah,
Dude,
do
this
we know
guy's
more
crazy.
about that?
I just saw the title. I don't know. I didn't read much about it.
It's a great headline.
Yeah. Someone put a Harambe statue in front of the stock exchange bull to like signify that crypto is coming for them.
I saw that. That's sick. How about
I heard.
Bitcoin?
Yeah,
Over $64,000 right now.
Yeah.
that's its all-time high, bro. The market's on fire right now. Oh my god, I'm loving
Did
it.
you also? I was gonna say you also see that like ETF that came out about Bitcoin too. Like
It's
that
about
was
to
the
be
most-
accepted,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, the most traded like ETF in a while. I don't know the stats there, but
Love it.
or on
Um,
opening day.
Colin Powell has passed away from COVID. He's like the politician.
Yeah, that was tough. Complications from COVID, even with the vaccine. But he was one of those guys that like was significantly at risk.
Yeah.
He was a little bit like he was super popular, I think, when we were kind of adolescents, right? But he's obviously a figure in the Bush and et cetera administration.
Sure. 17 U.S. missionaries were abducted by a Haitian gang on a mission trip to Haiti.
Bro, it's like a lawless land there right now.
It's like, dude, they're doing the Lord's work. They're getting fucking
They're
abducted.
Jehovah's Witnesses.
I saw two Jehovah's Witnesses today, actually, in the park.
I think I had one
Just
come up.
chill.
What, Brennan?
Are they still abducted or did they get released?
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, that's a good question before we just start slamming Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, good Lord. It's just like
No,
my dogs.
I believe they're still taken.
Damn.
Yeah, well,
that'd be
Hades,
scary as
like,
fuck.
right.
Yeah, that's like the I'm the captain dude.
Yeah, no kidding. I think of like 24, where it's like people like getting held hostage in a Kiefer Sutherland season.
Yeah.
On that note, 300% rise in 2021 of kidnappings in Haiti.
Their president got assassinated, so it's just like it's
I
crazy.
guess you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So it makes
Well,
sense.
yeah, so it's just
out there.
people are just taking like militant rises of like different groups.
In 29, it says like in January, like 29 of them were foreigners. So,
I've never stepping foot in Haiti.
yeah, don't travel.
Never planned on it.
I've been to Haiti when I was a kid. It's
Get the fuck out.
Did you just hear the Haiti thing that happened? 17.
yeah, they're demanding $1 million per head. So I think it's 17 million. I feel like
Isn't I mean, Mexico is kind of dangerous, right? You're supposed to stay on the resort, Jamaica too, even the Dominican.
Yeah.
That's
On
different.
that
countries.
note, do you guys, are you like me where you just have faith that we're just gonna send some like Navy SEAL team in there and be like, get the fuck out of here? Or what?
Wasn't there that one dude who was detained in North Korea for like a year?
And then he was in like a labor camp and died, I thought. Yeah.
No, he finally, like, I thought they got him back, but he was like visibly just like, just no longer.
I would never fucking go to North Korea.
No, I wouldn't even go to South Korea. I'm not even trying to get close.
Yeah.
But he ended up dying, from brain damage.
That's fucked.
Oh, really? Like back here?
You're probably talking about two different people, but yeah, the one that I know of died. Yeah.
Good.
Once he got home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I wouldn't even want to. My mom used to business travel to China all the time. I think my brother's been there. I would feel a little bit looking over my shoulder just because they're a world power. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. What if just, snap of a finger, all of a sudden we're at odds.
I've always wanted to visit China, but that might just be me.
No, I mean, hey, I have a nose for travel too, but it's just me being a conspiracy theorist.
Is that I Am the Captain Now movie good?
It's great, Captain Phillips.
Yeah.
Isn't the guy that killed him the same guy that killed Bin Laden?
I'm calling Cap.
I'm sure it's the same dude.
Well, dude, kid, let's call him up.
Yes.
To Haiti right now.
Dude, we're probably just gonna pay him, get our people back, and then just like drone them.
What's 17 mil?
Yeah.
I thought we were out of money like today.
No, that was Jesus.
It was
Christ,
yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
As soon as the debt ceiling was supposed to fuck us, like they lifted it. Now we've just been cruising to our private islands the last 2 weeks. My God, when's it coming down?
Okay. Michael Caine, Alfred in Batman, has announced his retirement from acting, but then he tweeted, "Don't believe what you hear. I'm not retired." So
what the hell?
Yeah.
So does that mean he's going to be in the new Batman?
I don't think
he won't.
I think that's different casts, but he's just been in a lot of shit. Like, he's pretty old. So I believed he was retired, but
I loved him in Christopher Nolan movies. Yeah, it's a shame that he's just older now. Like, he was in Inception.
Yeah.
A lot of those, obviously all the Batmans. Yeah, the butler Alfred in Ben Affleck's Batman is not great. There's nothing to write home about.
Yeah.
Is that Batman versus Superman?
Yeah, it was. Did Batman have its own one, or maybe that was it? Yeah, Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
Because Christopher Nolan was supposed to be like involved with Henry Cavill's Superman. Like, he was a producer on it. I thought Man of Steel was solid, but then he just like stepped away from that Superman and that Batman, and it's kind of just it's not very good. DC Comics.
Yeah.
Okay. A record-breaking 4.3 million people quit their jobs in August, and the numbers of workers who quit rose by 242,000 from July. So people are quitting their jobs.
Join the party.
Yeah.
What happened there?
So there was a wild elk that roamed Colorado for 2 years with a tire around its neck. And it was first spotted in July 2019. And then it was like kind of like Brian Laundrie, just in the woods for 2 years, and it was finally spotted again, and they tranquilized it and cut this tire off its neck, like a car tire.
How did
Poor
he get a
fella.
tire around its neck?
They don't know. They just saw this elk 2 years ago running around with a tire on its neck, and then it was spotted again, so they tranquilized it. But it was 2 years with the same tire on it.
Dude, it was probably different elk.
With a tire on its neck?
think about
Kids are going elk tire hunting these days.
that's what I was gonna say. Think about how often this happens in the ocean. Is like, a fish gets like a soda can 6-pack around its neck for freaking 2 years. Tire's a little bit odd though.
All right, just a couple more things. Koalas are being vaccinated in Australia against chlamydia because apparently there's a huge outbreak that can affect like half koala populations.
It's
I didn't even know
fascinating.
that there was a chlamydia vaccine.
I didn't know there was a chlamydia amongst koalas either.
Yeah.
I have some information on this actually, not from personal. Well, actually, there was that one time, but it was so koalas. Like I heard this zoo expert talking about how it's rampant, but it's not. It is curable. It's not a vaccine, but you take so once you have it, it's curable. But in koalas, it's like much more deadly as opposed to humans. And it's like it's not only that. I've heard this. Chlamydia is rampant in nursing homes. Which we've had the breaking news from there too that all you do is bang.
Oh
They
god.
don't really care about disease too much, but yeah, the koalas, it's like threatening their population.
I hope my grandpa's getting some of that ass.
There you go. You should ask him.
I'm surprised they haven't made like a nursing home movie.
Well, I mean, who the hell would watch that? I
Heard
mean,
it
that
here
would
first.
kill, a peaceful meadows down the fucking block.
That'd be funny, like an American Pie version of.
Yeah.
No, haven't we talked? Yeah, we've talked about this before.
Oh,
like,
yeah, that's right.
Like
How-
fraternities at a nursing home and
Yeah, we have.
making
Yeah.
a movie out of it.
I mean,
That'd
that's
be
the
hilarious.
goal. Yeah. People are like, don't put me in a nursing home. I'd be like, shit, let's do it.
Yeah, apparently that's how like the villages
That'd be funny
is
as hell.
in Florida. It's just like this community like that they just drive golf carts and it's only 65 and older and they just fucking party and go to bed at like 10.
I mean, they did the movie with Zac Efron and
Yeah.
Robert De Niro.
Oh, dirty grandpa.
Very grandpa.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be a great concept.
Start writing it up.
It'd
Yeah.
be painful to watch. There'd be a lot of cringing moments.
Okay, this next one is probably one of the biggest fears of anyone ever. But this dude called animal control, and there was 90 rattlesnakes found underneath his house in California.
What the fuck?
Nope. Like that's fuck.
Sell it.
Arizona freaks me out a little bit. I do love visiting there, but tarantulas, scorpions, rattlesnakes.
Well, if that was
Wasn't it in
recent
California?
too.
Yeah, that was October 15th
In California or Arizona?
in California.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like desert type areas are kind
Yeah.
of like, oof.
You see, they wanted to
Maybe.
stay anonymous so they wouldn't scare their neighbors.
Wow.
It's probably anonymous, so no one figures out where they live, so they can sell their house. or
Yeah,
else-
no kidding.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
God.
Like-
It's like an
But
Indian
unless-
burial ground.
I wonder if you
Just-
have to disclose that when you go to sell your house. Like
There will be
it's
some guy.
prone to
dude.
rattlesnake.
You do
Fucking
have to
conversation.
disclose if there's any sort of like ghosts or hauntings.
What?
Yeah. No,
Oh,
yeah,
and
you
that-
have to disclose like if like a suicide took place.
Yeah.
Indian burial
or, like,
grounds
if
too.
it's, like a murder took place there, or if it's like known for being
Haunted.
yeah.
There's always some dude like
It was
Ryan
part of our
Kelly,
fucking real estate test
selling
that
it.
It
Jack-
was, but you don't have to disclose if the owner has AIDS. That's like the one.
Interesting. That's
Huh.
Yeah.
That's for another time though to talk about. But there was a bow and arrow attack in Norway that killed like 5 people.
Didn't they
So,
finally catch this guy? Good God.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
know, but I don't know if are there not guns in Norway. Is that why people?
I
mean, I'm-
it's the old musket. He's got the one fucking one-handed pistol, dude. If
Yeah,
I was
sounds
going
like
on
a
if I was
sounds like
going
a
on
news article from 1770.
Uh,
literally, Dude, if I was going on a bow and arrow spree, like as the killer, I would just like pelt so many ones just into the ground, like 2 feet in front of me. Like everyone would be able to run away from me. I can't man a bow and arrow.
I wonder if he's 5 for 5 on those shots, or like you're
Yeah.
saying, like shot 100 of them or something.
I'm just confused. If you saw 3 people with an arrow in their back, well, wouldn't you run away?
So I was confused too, but apparently he would he would kill someone in one location and like mass panic would break out and no one would know who shot the arrow and he would go to a completely different location and then kill
Yeah.
someone else.
That's kind of badass. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Dude,
He's
there's
just
some
like-
There was a
movie
movie.
or show that happens in.
It's like
Oh,
the
Assassin's
hunt.
Creed.
He's I just imagine like what if he's got like 4 bow and arrows and he's just kind of pelting them 40 yards away across a park. He keeps missing and like the person doesn't even notice. He's like, fuck, I'm out. Yeah, if I saw an arrow, I'm getting the fuck out of there.
That's way more.
That's
like,
got to be a
fucked up.
painful ass death.
100%.
Worst way to go.
All right. All I had left was that Harry Styles will be in a new Marvel movie. So he's making a switch to acting, it sounds
Which
like.
one do you know by chance?
Eternals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's Thanos' brother. No,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanos.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say if you're done, we could wrap up with the polls here. Thanks for the tea.
Yeah, I just had to watch new season of Succession came out Sunday. And
I heard it was great.
No
And-
way.
And the
Yeah.
show You came out Friday, 3rd season. So
Have you checked out
Uh,
You? Do you recommend it?
yeah, Brendan and
I
I,
love-
both really like.
I love that show. I've watched the first episode of season 3, but I love season 1 and 2.
Really? I'll
Yeah.
have to put it on my list.
And you kind of look like Penn Badgley at tiny.
God damn it. Fuck. Come on. Dude, I was putting together an NHL fucking DraftKings lineup and I was stunned when I was about to pick Connor Hellebuck. Bursick's doppelganger. I mean, it's identical.
Yeah.
you saw it.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, holy shit. Okay. he
Not a
was
bad
right.
goalie.
Yeah, he's solid. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we talk about your background real quick?
Sure. Yeah. What's up?
Where are you? What room are you in?
That looks like Darian's
This-
like design studio or something.
This is exactly that.
Is that
What is it called?
Yep. This is it. Carolyn
Kind of a good
K. Shout
aesthetic.
out. Plug.
I
No,
think it's
dude.
well
I mean,
decorated.
when she was working from home, so she just had this room and no one visited enough to keep the bed set in here. So yeah, now it's kind of just turned into this, and I'm like, whatever. I don't know. I don't care.
Tell her to design some sick Wingin It merch.
Yes.
That's what. Yeah, I mean, let's get after it.
Get some coordination going on.
Yeah.
So at Wingin It 18, I'm staring at this photo of the Brian Laundrie lookalike. Who does not look anything like. He has hair. I mean, what are we doing here? Again, the polls. Thanks to Alex Bursick for these. Kourtney Kardashian, Travis Barker. Is it true love? 54% of the audience said happily ever after. This one always kills. Up over 60 votes here. Is Brian Laundrie in a panic room underneath the property? 60% of the audience said no chance. That's tough. Are you excited for Brendan to do the McDonald's challenge? 83% of the audience said hell yeah. This is
Said
huge.
no.
What should Brendan drink for the McDonald's challenge? High C is our leader in the clubhouse.
Oh
We'll have
man.
to check in with that. Is that cool with you? Does that work?
Yeah, that or blue Powerade is ideal. So
Very good. I don't have a horse in this race, but Twilight series, Team Edward, Team Jacob. How about Team Edward? 66%. Did you
Who's-
like? Sorry.
who's Robert Pattinson and who's the other one? Taylor.
Lautner.
Taylor
Look
Lautner.
at where those two careers went. Where the hell is Taylor Lautner?
Yeah.
He's fat now, isn't he?
Cheaper by the dozen?
He gained a lot of weight now.
He was
but
in
looks
Cheaper
nothing
by
like
the
Cheaper. Is
Dozen.
that
Did I
right?
just hear?
Cheaper by the dozen too. He was
Oh my.
he was one of the Murtaugh kids that Sarah Baker had a crush on.
Mhm.
That's cap, Brennan. Don't get in trouble now.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I'll just
Now
shut up.
he's freaking in. So one guy is Cheaper by the Dozen 2 stand-in, and the other guy's Batman. Okay.
Oof.
This is another big one. Did you like Tenet? 57% of the audience said no. That's unbelievable. You got to watch it again. Would
Yeah.
you travel to China? This is also big. 60% of the audience said couldn't be me. Interesting.
Wow.
All right, that'll do it for us here on Winging It. Appreciate the full squad here and you, the audience. We'll talk to you next week.